So before we kick things off, I'm gonna start off with a quote from Josephine Baker, and it says, "The things we truly love stay with us always, locked in our hearts as long as life remains." I wanted to start this conversation off with that quote because I feel like this is today like a kind of full circle moment. Me coming back to YouTube has always been a plan, but it was never a timing thing. I never quite knew when the timing or the time of it would be right, but now feels like the right time. Hello, and if you guys are tuned in, thank you so much for watching. My name is Courtney and I do food blogging as well as lifestyle blogs. I have been writing a blog since 2015, but I never really promoted it. But I've been doing YouTube since around 2017, and I started YouTube and I really wanted to throw myself out there in some platform that I would enjoy expressing myself in. So I decided YouTube would be great because I felt like nobody would really watch my videos like that. And so there was some growth in my channel, but I never remained consistent because I never quite knew the direction that I wanted to take. I always knew that I loved vlogging, and especially when it came to food, cooking, lifestyle, travel, things of that nature. Those have always been something of interest in my life. All right, so I'm going to start first off hydrating because I'm thirsty. So I'm gonna take off my glasses now. So many of you may not know, but I was actually in the military a few years prior to starting YouTube. I got out around 2015, and it was a great experience. I'm not knocking anything on the military, but it wasn't for me. After some time, I was like, yeah, I gotta do something else. I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Longwear Foundation. Actually, I'm gonna mix it a little bit. I'm also going to use just a little bit of Makeup Forever HD stick as well, the stick foundation, just to cover up some troublesome spots. So yeah, when I started YouTube, I was actually, kind of in the middle of schooling and trying to figure things out using my GI Bill. Thank you, military. Fast forward to now, that helped me land into really great positions and everything, but I always was wanting to go back to YouTube and like trying to pursue something in the creative space, because I've always seen myself somewhere in the creative space, whether that be through blogging, writing, or creating videos, content, beauty content, lifestyle content, food content, things of the sort. So I've just been like trying to navigate this again because I know there's been so much that has changed in YouTube, especially in most recent years. Like everyone has seen the growth of YouTube and they're like, oh, there's actually opportunity here. It's always been, but like a lot of people were kind of stuck in their linear ways of thinking and not realizing that there are other ways of making money, which is more lucrative online. I'm actually gonna put this light on. Hopefully that doesn't like add like a weird shine. I feel like it does. I'm just gonna turn that off. So yeah, I started YouTube with hopes of becoming a better public speaker, just building my confidence overall. And it really did help quite a bit, honestly, because I ended up being kind of thrown into public speaking roles when I was in my job shortly after, going through college and everything after the military. So I landed another role in a tech company as well, and I stayed there for about 3 years, and I recently left there, and it's kind of a bittersweet moment because I actually manifested this particular company. I was doing project management and I was doing it in cybersecurity, and I wanted to do both at one point. I literally had thought about that when I was going through my degree plan, but I didn't know how to get there without having to go through computer science degree and then all of these certs, and a lot of people just made it seem like it was just really hard route to do. And I got more connections and just learning and asking people questions and things like that, and that's how I really got to grow in the industry a lot quicker. And I just stopped being afraid of growing, and I got thrown in the fire quite a bit. Some of it was willingly, though. I did it on purpose for my last role because I knew that it was like something that would be challenging, and I knew that it was something that I needed for my growth. And I'm glad that I did it because I was like, oh well, this helped out. It helped with my public speaking. It really helped build my confidence. It helped me speak to like leaders and roles that have been in tech industry roles for decades, you know? You really meet some awesome people, but you learn a lot from these people along the way. And a lot of them saw my potential, and then I was like, am I settling for too small based off of just where I put myself here? Because I know that there's so much more I can do, but based off of like where I'm at, I can't necessarily expand and grow the way I want to. When I was thinking about leaving my job, which was actually late last year when I was like making the decision. I made the decision months before I actually did it. The job before that, I didn't do that. I made an impromptu decision because it was based off of frustration. It's like, no, I can't. Literally physically can't, because I was becoming unwell. When your body starts to tell you that as well, is when to step away. That it's so key to just know when to leave. All right, so I gave you a little bit of background about my career, but yeah, basically pivoting back into the blogging and content creation. So I am so excited to see all of the growth, especially for small creators, really all creators on these platforms. But the fact is that there is a push for creators in this market regardless. Like, anybody can win, and there is room for all of us. I really truly do believe that, and I do, I do feel like this timing for me worked out for that reason. I was like, let me see where this goes, but I want to like develop my skill sets in the meantime. Like, I know one thing I made a mistake of doing though is not showing my journey throughout and during, and like keeping you guys updated. But I will say this also, I have been trying to adjust to being more open, and I'm a pretty private person. It's because, I'm pretty protective about my peace and my energy and stuff like that, to be frank. And I just don't like people in my business. That's just that on that. Like, I've seen people just intervene in other people's lives on social media. And I think it's just a little strange how people get attached in this parasocial thing that is just like, hey, calm down. Like, it could get a little dangerous. Anyway, so I don't like to be super paranoid about that kind of stuff, but it is something to think about. Like, being on social media, you expose yourself to certain critique and things like that. And to be honest, I don't think my mental state was ready for it, but it is now. I don't care now. I was just like, let me put myself out there, but I didn't want to face the judgment that came with it. But it's like, girl, who cares? Like, the judgment may come from miserable people. I cannot fucking talk today. But at the end of the day, who cares? You're doing you. You're having a blast, and you're not hurting anyone doing it. And you're just trying to build something on your own. So people come in and they say something negative. Not that they really have, to be honest. Luckily, and I think it's because my channel is pretty small. But I've heard of these stories, and I'm just like, why do these people feel entitled to jump in the conversation in a negative way? That's the thing. I don't like that. So I try to avoid it, but honestly, there is no avoiding it. Like, people are people. I ran into rude people just the other day, girl. It is what it is, but you handle them with care, because they need love more than anyone. All right, I took some notes. Let me try to stay on track here, because if I ramble, girl, this video could go on too long. Okay, so I did mention also recently that I turned 34, and I'm super excited about that because, one, I feel great, and I'm so happy and so grateful for another year around the sun, you know what I mean? So it's a blessing. But also, I think it's just another opportunity for this growth, right? Like, I feel like 34 is like going to be a pivotal year for me. 33 was also a pivotal year for me, but at the same time, I feel like there's so much more to do. Like, I feel like there is just so much more available in this world and opportunity than people may perceive. And when you see it and you're open to it, then you shall receive. You know what I mean? Just overall trying to receive good vibes and energy, because I've been like closed off for too long and not wanting to really grow and expand the way I should. And it's just like, girl, why are you robbing yourself of this, especially in your youth? Like, no, you need to you know, build and grow now when you have the energy. If you can, don't stress out about it, obviously, but, you know, do the things that you want now instead of conforming to what society thinks is safe or right for you or whatever. And you sometimes got to look around, like the people that help make decisions for you in your life path and like kind of guide you in the direction that they think is right for you. You just got to make sure that have some discernment and understand that some people may do or say things to help guide you in a direction to protect you. Yes, because they care. So those people, yes, that's fine, but they may not fully know all the routes you can take. And then there's people that may use you in a way that you conform to what they want, right? And their standard of how they see you. So be careful with that because you don't want to lose yourself. I really feel like in some settings, like they'll make you feel like you're superior, but really you're not. Corporate has a really good way of doing that. I'm really sorry, but it's the truth. So it's just something to bear in mind. You know, you're not always just another number either. That's not how I look at it either. It's how you look at it, but at the same time, know when it's time to walk away. If you're not benefiting anymore, if you're not growing as a person anymore, it's time to walk away. And I always feel like it's best to do that before you're disgruntled and angry at the world and you take it out on the people you love. Like that's just, and then you're projecting it, and I don't like that, because that's when like bad energy and negative feedback, you know, contributes to this world, and you don't need that. We want more happy people. So let's allow people to be more free and happy doing what they love, rather than feeling like they have to be in this little one linear path for the rest of their lives. It's just not the case. It's just not. We're taught in schools and everything certain things to somewhat protect us, but also it's a systemic thing. Like the curriculums and all of that are based off of, you know, what is approved and things of that nature. So just keep stuff like that in mind. Not everyone may have your best interests at heart, especially based off the morals and values that you believe in. And, you know, the person next to you may not have that same value system or core belief system in them. So just understand that, and then tune into yourself to find the answers. That's the true key, is just tuning into yourself to understand where those answers lie and where you're supposed to be at that moment, because it can change. You may be at one job one day and then maybe it's not for you the next day, or maybe some better opportunity came about. I had a lot of things kind of aligned for me that showed me that this was the path for me. Everything has kind of been pushing me in this direction regardless. So that's why I'm back now, and then I'm like elevating every time I try to come back. So it's like, no, you're not just coming back to come back. You're like showing the growth in what you've learned when you come back. Like there's value there. So I think I talked quite a bit about growth development and all of that. So moving forward in this year, I'm going to continue to work on my self-development, because I mean, it's just a journey, right? Like again, a couple other announcements that I have. So I have a food and lifestyle blog. I created it myself from scratch. And like I said, I actually started this blog back in like 2015 in hopes of it becoming something, but really just trying to like have like a conscious stream of creative expression somewhere in a centralized form. And I also don't necessarily want everything to be on my social media in general, if that makes sense, because I feel like I don't know, I'm a little paranoid about social media sometimes. I'm like, what if it just goes down? Like, what if something happens? I don't want to have all my trust or all of my eggs in one basket, I'll say. I don't want to have all of my eggs in one basket. I want to be able to have my own, but then also be able to trickle all of the content everywhere else. So I am still going to be active on social media, but my blog is going to be my primary source. So if you guys are interested in subscribing for the newsletter and updates on my blog, feel free to sign up below or just check it out if you guys are interested. I would love to have you, and let me know what you guys think. If you guys are interested in seeing some interesting posts from it, I love to write. I love to create videos. And I would love some ideas moving forward on what you guys would like to see. But yeah, I am so excited for the growth of this, and I can't wait for you guys to see, because honestly, the aesthetic of everything that I've been trying to pull together, like everything in my brain has finally come to fruition, and I'm just so happy about that. Okay, so what else is new? Oh, so my locks are new. I got my starter locks done earlier this year, January, and yeah, this is all the growth that I have so far. I actually started with twists, and the twists were probably like this size. So I want to say I grew about an inch since. Yeah, I fucking love them. Like, I love my locks so much. It's my favorite hairstyle so far, and I've changed up my hair, as you guys know, so many times. But honestly, I was just getting really like lazy when it came to my hair. I was like, girl, I do not want to do all these styles and spend all this money and use all this product. I don't want to focus on my hair all the time anymore. Like, unless my hair is my focus for like my content, which is not anymore, to be honest. It's just not. Like, I will do lock videos here and there, but I just hair videos for me, no. At least for now. Like, if Sacred sends me something, I'll for sure try that and do a video. But girl, I don't do no more hair videos for a minute. But I will say this: I love doing my hair in the past and expressing myself that way. But I think just now, where I'm at in this stage of life, I'm just like, girl, I'd rather spend that energy and time in other areas. So if I can use it to create other areas, then by all means, I will. I'm not even gonna carve my eyebrows. I have not carved my eyebrows in years. I do not carve my eyebrows unless I'm going to an event. I am gonna use this brow setter though, because sometimes my eyebrows be getting kind of crazy. So I'm gonna just set my brows a little bit with this. This is from Benefit, the brow setter, 24-hour brow setter, I believe. I'll link everything below in the description that I am using if you guys are interested. I'm gonna go a little bit in with my Juvia's Place palette. I'm gonna just go in with this brown here first. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy, but I just wanna make a little bit of an eye look here. Alright, see, I knew that was gonna happen to me. I done got cut off because I was talking too freaking long. They said, girl, you done filmed for 2 hours now. It ain't been 2 hours, it's been like 30 minutes. But to them, my camera is probably like, girl, no, that's enough. I think I pretty much covered everything. I just want to say some inspiring things to end this. So hopefully someone watching this is also inspired. Like, if you had a YouTube channel before, just go ahead and start that shit again. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. The more we think about things, the more we hinder our own progress. We get in our own way. We let fear run things, and fear doesn't even exist. You letting something that doesn't exist, that was created as a social construct to get people to conform to certain things based off of it, right? You letting that run your life. You letting that run your decisions. You letting that make your choices for you. No, not anymore. Not anymore. You're going to find your path in your direction with no fear. You're going to be able to move forward in whatever path you find, and not just this linear path that you think is right or that you were told is right. You're gonna find it as long as you do right. My thing is like this, okay? As long as you do right by people, you're kind to others, and you try your best every day, and you know that you're doing the right thing, and you know that you're doing the things to move yourself in that direction, it'll grow regardless. It's gonna become bountiful regardless. It's like a garden that's tended for. Right? I have a garden in my backyard, and I try to tend for it when I can. And I realize when I neglect it, things die. You gotta start over. So, but it's never too late to start over. We have winters where that happens, and it just is what it is. You might have to start over. You know, new crop, new season, whatever, new harvest. Let me put my lip liner on real quick. I can't talk when I'm doing this. All right, I put on a little bit of lip gloss as well. This is like really my go-to look. All right, guys, I'm gonna set this with some of Morphe's Sunsetter. Okay, I hope I'm focused. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I'm still adjusting to this setup here and everything, so hopefully I'm good. And I don't have my glasses on. Let me go ahead and put these back on, actually. That's another reason why I can't wear lashes like that, because I got glasses. Well, it was so good to catch up with y'all, and thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys took away something from this video that was inspiring to you, and hopefully, you know, made you want to make a shift and change in your life, even if it's in a small way. The main thing is just take care of yourself, and everything will unfold as it should. Take care of yourself and the others, people you care about, and things will unfold as they should. But yourself first, because you can't really take care of nobody else if you can't, you know, take care of yourself. Also, I want to mention with my blog, I will post the link to it below if you do want to check that out. I do super much appreciate all of y'all's support. Thank you for over the years. And as I continue to build and grow my audience, I will continue to share more and just be more open to being more expressive and more myself on this platform. So hopefully you guys tune in for this journey, and I can't wait to share. See you next time. Bye.